Right, I am back with another spirit discussion. I think I'm gonna put on some mood music with this one. I'm almost done with this floor, and it was something else that spirit wanted me to talk to y'all about. Something pretty important. So give me a second, and I will get started with the discussion. Just to introduce myself, my name is High Priestess Jamila, and I specialize in family curses, generational bloodline curses. I even remove them and I support people that are going through those types of curses. And so I want to talk to you guys about something important today. Make sure that when you get in here, you hit that thumbs up if you guys don't mind, and you'll hear me spraying and mopping and stuff and sweeping, okay? Because I'm cleaning these floors, okay? So, how do I start? Where do I start with this? Okay, I know where I can start. A lot of you guys are getting these demonic attacks at either work or at home or both, okay? Either work or at home or both. And you're getting these attacks even though you're wearing your crucifixes and you're going to church every Sunday. Okay. And what is this a notification from? Okay. Nice. Hey. Yay. Oh my God. I just got the best news ever. Oh my goodness. Yay. All right, y'all. So let's talk about this. And I'm gonna break this down and we're gonna try to make it short and simple as possible. Okay. We're gonna talk about um, sometimes how your parents um, will either sell you out, um, okay, they'll either sell you out, sacrifice you, or they will do nothing. So I feel like a parent that doesn't assist um, a child with spiritual warfare, that's kind of at the bottom of the list. A lot of y'all got dirty parents that done literally sold you out, and that's very scary. It kind of makes you think of Andrea Yates in a way, because it's the spirit in you. It's your spirit. It's your ability to survive. It's them making it difficult for you to survive. Okay. Um, and or either being complacent. Okay. Either they doing the dirty work, they selling you out, or either they're sitting back, letting it happen. And this is happening a lot because a lot of them have a satanic panic. They're in a panic. And this is going to be especially for those of you that are witches. So there's a conflict, like a serious conflict when it comes to that, because, the Bible said that you're not supposed to practice witchcraft. And of course, now that you are out of the broom closet, now all of a sudden, everything that went wrong in their life, they blame it on you. And they may even get taken advantage of in the spiritual community, which they do all the time, including by preachers. Okay, including by men of the cloth. Okay, not all of them. Some of those men of the cloth are good, but a lot of them are not. They're not good, and they're full of crap because they're into child sacrifice as well. And you know, they'll even try to sacrifice you as an adult. Okay. And some of you guys just have parents that are scared, which is just as bad. They kind of feel like save myself, and then especially if you guys are not being good little chips, good little chaps, if you use your power at all, and that um, doesn't just mean practicing witchcraft. That's all you have to do is start your own business. And that's where the conflict comes in. Okay. So whether or not you're in the business of selling eyelashes or shoes or t-shirts, sometimes that is a violation to them because of whatever reason. Okay. So you're not being a good, you're being bad. Okay. You which, I don't know. It's kind of strange. Most of you that are practicing the craft, though, you guys never had, still don't have any intent to do harm to anybody. For some reason, they become very paranoid. Maybe it's because they mistreated you as a child. I can't see why. Most people with a level head, when they discover their power, they already healed. So to hell with what they did as a child. But there's probably some people that are trying to get revenge, and but a lot of you guys aren't. And they get paranoid, they sell you out, they're doing all kind of stuff. A lot of you guys have went no contact with them, which is understandable. But yet they have not went no contact with you. They feel like, how dare you? Um, and they feel as though even if you were 40 or 50, that they should have some kind of power and control over you, which to this day I still don't understand that, because it seems like those kinds of parental figures are actually harming their grown children as opposed to helping them. Okay. Which you're not even asking for their help, you're just asking for them to not hinder you. Okay. And so but it's varying levels of this, because a lot of you guys have karmic parents, which means that when they gave birth to you, it may have been a situation either in a past life to where you and that parent was enemies. And the soul of a person is the soul, okay? And so they may not even act in a role as a parent to you. It's more like a frenemy, okay? And that's not normal. I believe that they have tried to normalize it a lot, but it's still not going to be normalized, and it's never going to be normalized, okay? And so we were talking about pacts with demons earlier today when I was here earlier, so you guys can go in. I didn't really go into detail about that, but we were talking something about that. And, and this is something that I don't do at all. I think that there are some people out there that will try to take advantage of that, and they'll try to take advantage of you. And it's just one of those things, the world is a very, very big place. You can't limit yourself to just a church congregation, or one group of people that may not like you. They may hate you. So what? There's trillions of people on this earth. Pick them. Okay, you don't have to worry about that. They'll try to make it seem like, oh, this one group of people is everybody, and they're not. Okay, so anyway, um, Don't think that that is the way to go, and don't be weak and ignorant and scared like your parents. Because at any moment, that parent could have stood up to that demonic entity or spirit and said, no, I'm not going to allow you to do harm to my child. At any moment, they could have done that, but they chose not to because they felt, sorry, y'all, they felt like they believed the demon. You know, they believed in a demon even over Jesus Christ, even though, you know, Mother Mary may have said to them, you know, that they believe in their hearts that if they stick up for you and say, this is my child, I created this child, and I'm not going to let you do harm to my kid, no matter what. I don't care what my kid did, okay? Because what that entity does, I'm going to tell you exactly what it does. You do one little thing and that entity comes to the parent and convinces some of these parents that they gave birth to the Antichrist, or these stupid things of, you know, oh, you're a bad seed, you know, and then you start to get treated like you're a bad seed when you are a good person. There are a lot of people that are good people, right? You good people, you don't have no intention on hurting anybody, but yet they tend to place you under this possession, and you start doing all kind of crazy and stupid things, okay? Because you're confused like they are. Because if a parent is confused, then more than likely the child is going to be confused. For example, when they were raising you, most of your parents, when they were raising you, they were cursed. Probably because they had you. A lot of y'all are suffering right now because of your parents, and it's always your mother and then a witch and your father. And that witch may be a very, very angry witch that can hold on to stuff for years. Like, I ain't that kind of witch. I ain't about to try to curse nobody. Like, you know, there's always a solution, but you know, a lot of the times it can be a lot of different stories. You know what I'm saying? It can be where somebody may have wanted an arranged marriage, you know, with your father, or either they may have wanted your mother to marry somebody else. And so, you know, they were crazy and they decided to curse you and do all kind of weird things to you. You know, you may be a child born out of an affair that your father had, you know, and people will do certain things. So there's many different stories to that. Okay. Um, many different scenarios that can happen. The point is that if the parent is like a fair weather friend, you can tend to feel very alone in the world, and you're not. Ain't nothing new under the sun. Stuff like that has been going on for years, and they try to make you feel as though you're a bad person because you want to survive, but that is nature. Okay, most animals, including us, even though we are an advanced animal, most animals are going to fight for their survival. That's just what it is in the jungle. Okay, but they want to disconnect you as much as possible from your nature. When you have a parent doing it, oh, it can be very devastating to the spirit. They just have something against you. Or they could be under possession by a demon, you know, and it's just like that. Okay. This is how it is being passed down generationally. Okay. You know, don't stand idle by. Don't be stupid. If you see signs that your kid has been compromised, it is a responsibility of theirs. Okay. You have a responsibility to your children. You can't just abandon them. Okay. If you are abandoned, by a parent in every single way, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, then does that mean that you're shit out of luck? No, it doesn't. Okay, that doesn't mean that you're shit out of luck. That just means that you're special, that you're a strong person. Hold on. You get through it. The problem is that sometimes it can take people years or even a lifetime to get through that. Okay, that is a horrible thing. And, we can blame it on spiritual miseducation. Okay. If you are a witch by blood or some other type of spiritual being, and your full protection doesn't fall up underneath Christianity, then what you'll find with that religion is that it is usually a problem between the parent and the child. Now, this is not to say that, if your mother was pagan, that made her perfect, because sometimes pagan mothers, or either people that don't fall under that religion, they can do the same thing. But we see it a lot in Christianity, mainly because of the sacrifice of Jesus Christ. And they get very, very confused about that, because they start to have God complexes to where they believe that the only way, and there's a few things that are in the Bible that I question, and you're supposed to, but for some reason, these dark entities or these, bad spirits will convince them that they must sacrifice the child in order to save themselves. Okay. Now, a lot of y'all that had good parents, they wouldn't dare do that. Okay. But some of y'all do have bad parents that are kind of nutty, or either dirty. That's the only way to describe them, is that they're dirty birds. Okay. And, they, if you do anything that they don't like, then they're trying to do things to harm you because they feel like you're being disobedient. Even though some of y'all are 60 something years old, I think that this is a culture, a part of the culture, especially in the Black community, but not just the Black community, honey. That ain't just Black, because I have seen many, many cultures that are like that. Okay. And okay, I know what that is. And it can be difficult. It can be very shocking to the system. You may feel like, oh my God, I am never going to be able to live a normal life. And what's normal? So a lot of y'all, especially if you're witches and you figured all this out and you know how to contact, certain spirits to, get the knowledge about it. A lot of y'all are not shocked at all. You're not afraid. A lot of y'all are very shocked and very afraid. And, you're having problems that you could possibly blame on the outside world. But then when you look at other people, you think, why are they not having this problem? All of the people that you work with, you might go to school with them. Why? Why is this person not having this problem? And, some of y'all have parents that are speaking curses on you every single day because they're childish and immature. And they are scared of the world, and they feel as though it's your fault, even though they're the ones that did the quick bang in the back seat of the truck to conceive you. They blame you for being born. And even what's even better and outright laughable is these parents that will have stretch marks and long titties, and they'll be angry at the child. because they feel like their titties ain't sitting up good because they done breastfed you, which that's kind of one of the side effects of breastfeeding sometimes. If you have large breasts, they're going to sag after you breastfeed. It's just what it is. Okay? We celebrate our beautiful, healthy bodies. Okay? But some of these people don't have those parental instincts. And they have a lot of jealousy and envy, especially if you are a young woman or a young man. They're stupid and crazy. Okay? The whole point is to break that stupid, crazy cycle because it's dumbing down society. And it has dumbed down society quite a bit. And to be honest with you, it's the reason why the economy is so damn bad. Okay? But it's getting better every single day. It's getting better. Okay? Because I saw them. They came down here. I saw the angelic beings that came down here. And I can tell, okay? And you know, a lot of them will get confused and they'll say, oh, well, I'm gonna, you know, a lot of these churches will say, oh, well, you know, you got to cut ties with this child if they over there, you know, working with other gods or if they're playing with them crystals and stuff, because you're gonna go to hell. And then these parents still go to hell like they're in hell now. Okay, so we don't know why they do that, but they do. Okay, so make sure that you focus on on breaking that cycle and not continuing that ignorance. But see, the problem is that they have contracts with entities because they're afraid of these entities. So they have contracts with them, but some of them have contracts because they're like this bitch or this, you know, they it's unfortunate, but it's just the way that it is. Okay. And you know, like I said, you haven't done anything. In fact, some of y'all were good children. Y'all were good to your parents. And you still got that. And whether or not you were a good kid, bad kid, I mean, all kids do bad things. Sometimes all of them do bad. You know, it's a part of growing up. We're only human. We're born to make mistakes sometimes, okay? But sometimes the slightest slight that you didn't even realize would be that big of a deal. Dang. Excuse me for trying to live my life. Okay? And sometimes that's all that it requires. And, you know, so, and again, there's spiritualists out there that will take advantage. You know, they'll take your parents' money and do all this stupid stuff, and they think that they got some kind of something, and they don't have nothing. Okay? And it's sad, but it's the truth. Okay? Because one thing that we should have learned throughout all of these years, thousands of years, millions of years of being on this planet, is that there is no other more important relationship or connection than that of a child and a parent. And this is whether or not it's paternal or maternal. And even though, yeah, they do get away with quite a bit, but they don't always get away with it. Okay. And a lot of the times, if your mother or your father says, you know, to hell with that child, F them kids, then you better be careful because that opens up you, okay? That opens up you to possibly being subjugated or, you know, infested with bad energy and bad people that want to, and you know, they'll tell you, oh, well, your mother didn't care about you. And so you have to love yourself. Okay. That's the ultimate in self-love, when you can love yourself, even though your mama or your daddy didn't love you for whatever reason. Okay. And don't feel bad about it because they'll try to make you feel bad for it, but that's just a narcissistic, evil, diabolical person that you don't want to have nothing to do with anyway. Okay? Because 9 times out of 10, if you got a parent like that, they went out and created enemies for you just so that they can control you. Okay? You didn't create those enemies. Your parents may have. And I see a lot of that on a lot of people that they are stupid enough to do the same thing that their parents did. Okay, or it might skip a generation. Okay. Oh, goodness gracious, I am tired. I done went over this floor like 5 times, y'all, since I talked to y'all. But now it smells very good. Okay. So anyway, you know, you don't let it do that to you. Now, some people are running around here just like feral animals. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you see them on the news all the time. But if you got halfway good sense, 80% of your thought process is good. But I can tell you that a lot of people and a lot of my clients that are even with me right now, y'all don't understand how blessed you are. Okay? Because a lot of the times, y'all did get sold out and it made no sense. And, I actually feel sorry for a lot of those parents that did that because they're going to find out the mistake that they made. Okay. And a lot of you guys are in mourning because you can't talk to your parent. And there was a lot of confusion as a child because, there were times before your parent overcame with those demons. So try to forgive them because, that'll be good for you. You don't have to necessarily be around them, but try to forgive them. Okay? Because you want to make sure that you have as much peace in your life as possible so you can move on and move past it. Okay? You know, um, and the one thing about me is that I don't let people come to my company and lie to me. Okay? I don't let them come and lie to me. Now, there are instances where the parent could be getting attacked by the child and the parent ain't did nothing but been a good parent. Those are those times, but I've never ran into a parent that said, oh, where it was acknowledged that that was happening and the parent said, well, just do what you got to do. Okay. Because it's like, whoa, wait a minute. Okay. I'd be like, well, we ain't got, a lot of people, they got anger issues. They get very angry and spiteful. Okay. So my goal always is to try to bring peace to the situation and healing. Okay. But a lot of times, if anybody in your family has a hatred for you and they can't change their minds, then what are you supposed to do? Except for defend yourself. And the need for witchcraft, I'm going to tell you where the need for witchcraft comes from. The need for witchcraft comes from witchcraft. Many of you guys, like I said, need help with that. Okay. And, I guess we can interpret this any way that we want. Nobody wants to wait until they're in their 60s or 70s to make a goal of life. People usually like to retire by the time they're that age. Instead, what you're seeing a lot of is people not even ever being able to retire. They working until the day that they croak. You know, but we're not talking about retirement or retirement benefits. We're talking about, um, you know, the whole thing where you may be dealing with parents that can't trust you, or I'm sorry, that you can't trust, and or either grandparents, and it's very difficult. It's very hard. It's scary. It's downright ugly. I can tell you that. It's an ugly, ugly situation. And they will be scared to death. Like they will be afraid of death just for sticking by their own child. Okay. And that's why many of them don't. And then also, as a child, you have to understand now the type of parent that I am. I'm riding with my kids until the very, very end. That's just the type of person that I am. Okay. Especially when it comes to my children. But you know, a lot of you guys, when you get older, you're old enough to take care of yourself. And that's fine too, as long as the parent is not, you know, communicating with entities about you, trying to do things destructive to you. Okay. And yeah, it does make life harder. It does. You'll have a lot of close calls and you'll get all of the signs are there. Doesn't mean that you have to do death magic on them. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people get very angry though, and you know, they'll say, I'm gonna do some death magic. And do I blame you? No, I don't blame you, because now your children are going through a lot they shouldn't even have to go through. Okay. Just simply because of the wrong decision being made, which can make a lot of people angry. Okay. So I totally understand. But you know, you guys have that, a lot of y'all have that goodness inside of you, which you should hold on to it, you know. But I think that there needs to be a balance with that. I think that boundaries need to be put up. Okay. I think boundaries need to be put up when it comes to that. And you know, you should be very selfish with your life. If you want to live a certain way and you want your children to live a certain way, damn it, do it. And you don't have to be stressed out about it. Okay, you don't, and the stress comes in when you are being told that you can't do it in so many ways. That's where the stress and the anger comes in. But you can't be angry, because you should already know that you have been delivered from that evil, or you will be delivered from that evil. Okay. So, you know, and yeah, they will take out spiritual contracts on you. You know, there was and y'all real lucky. You know, that, trust me, they thinking about having you killed. Trust me. And some of y'all, they aren't thinking about having you killed. Like shit. I mean, you know, and a lot of y'all are so protected that as soon as they start thinking that way, up, boop. Okay. As the saying goes, every child deserves a parent, but every parent doesn't deserve a child. Okay, amen. Yeah, that's horrible. So I want y'all to know that there are solutions to that. There is an entire community of people that love you. But then again, there are also an entire community of people that want to take advantage of you, and you know, and they don't support you. They don't love you. You know, they feel as though they, you know, they're possessed. Okay, they're possessed. And you know, because sometimes I'll do a reading for y'all, and like I said, a spirit will come to me and it'll say, help this person. I'm gonna do something to you. And I'll be like, gone. And see, if I were to go, woo, ooh, I'm scared. If I were to do that, then that would mean that that entity put me under possession. And we ain't having that. Okay. So, because that's what God wants me to do. They'll come in, they'll talk about God, but everybody got their own personal relationship with God. So if God tells me to do something I'm not supposed to do it, like it's not like now, if God told me go over here and do this and murder these people, then I'm gonna know that that's not God's voice. I'm gonna say, no, I don't, God wouldn't tell me to do nothing like that. So, um, so anyway, all right, y'all. I want to come and talk to y'all about cleaning your house. What I like to do is I like to go and get either those Swisher Sweets or Philly Blunts, and I'll light up a charcoal and I'll crack them open. Okay, and if you smoke bud, you can, if you're a weed smoker, you can, don't just throw that tobacco away. Okay, burn that tobacco throughout your house, and you'll get blessings. You get house blessings, okay, and protection, and it'll clean out your house. Okay, so somebody was asking me, what you doing with them blunts? I use the tobacco, and then sometimes I use them to give offerings to my ancestors too. So, but what I'm about to do with one of them, because they only 99 cents. You just bust open that blunt, bust it open, and put that tobacco on your charcoal. You can also use the tobacco for oils and for potions and stuff. So that's pretty much what I'm getting ready to do. I'm gonna come and talk to y'all about that too, because it wasn't just, trust me, it wasn't just me that needed my house cleaned out. A lot of people need their house cleaned out. Okay, and sometimes a house can look clean, but it'll be dirty. Okay. So, looks can be deceiving. So sometimes you may think, oh, this is clean, and you'll feel good because of the way that it looks. But, pretty soon there'll be signs that, no, this house is not clean. Okay. So a good way of cleaning the house. And you know what? I have had a hard time finding, and I don't know what's going on with that, man. I'm going to go and look on Original Botanica and see if they have them. I think they have them in a different brand, but one of those candle companies used to sell those brown tobacco candles, the tobacco scented candles, and for some reason it's very, very difficult to find them. It's so weird. You can find the ones like at Target or something where it's a tobacco scented candle. I guess those are good too, but they used to sell them in the 7-day candle. And those were good. I need to find that. I need to find those again. So, and you always want to say an incantation, smoke of air and fire of earth, cleanse and bless this home and hearth, drive away all harm and fear, and only good may enter here. And if spirits threaten us in this place, fight fire by fire and water by water, banish their souls into nothingness and remove their powers until the last trace. Let these evil beings flee through time and through space. And you just let that burn, or either your copal resin is good, but that tobacco is really, really good for clearing out houses and stuff. So, yeah. So anyway, I guess what if your parent came to you and said, "Die for me"? You'd be like, "What the fuck? I'm asking you to die for me." Like, what would you do? Or, give up your life for me. But why? Why would I need to do that? No, give up your life for me. Why would I need to do that? Well, just give it up or either sacrifice your kids for me. It's almost as ridiculous. Y'all know that movie Friday with Pinky in it, and they was at the record store or whatever. And what's her name? Baby D. I think her name was Baby D. And she was like, Craig, introduce me to your cousin. For what? Like, why? He was like, what? This is ridiculous. Because I like him. I want to talk to him. Like, it was just like, what the? It's kind of ridiculous like that anyway. Y'all know I always stay with the jokes, but what I'm talking about is serious. So, you know, and it can be very draining because usually it be them damn parasitic, low, like just low to the flow ass spirits that be after stuff like that. You know, it be them real low lying spirits that sent to stuff like that, like, you have a child. And it's like, I do. If you put your goddamn hands on my child, you're gonna fucking regret it. Okay. So anyway, that's the kind of parent I am. Okay. Most parents are like that, though. Most of them are like that. You know what I'm saying? But there's too many that ain't. And you know, y'all know that I'm always there for you if you got one of them. You know, it's plenty of y'all to go around. So, you know, and a lot of people say, well, maybe it's that's just the way it's meant to be. Yo, lazy ass, scary parent, it was meant to be that way. They try to convince you, well, that's just the way it is. Sure it is. Sure it is. I'd be the most defiant ever. Okay, and then they'll say, oh, well, your kids are gonna be defiant. Well, why? Because I don't want to be broke, sick, and dying because of you. So a lot of the times when you're dealing with that, for some reason, your children will be a little defiant towards you. Where does that come from? Spirit. That's why you got to do egg cleanses on your children. Okay, and you know, maybe give them some of them herbs. You know, a lot of parents have been doing the homeopathic thing, and I actually have a video on here where I'm showing y'all a recipe for a healing elixir for kids. So I'll try to, if I remember, if I have time, I will link that in the comment section, because a lot of times, you know, if you are seeing certain things manifest in your kids and it's kind of like, what the hell is going on? Then you can do that. You know, sometimes it'll start off with the kid acting, I mean, kids be acting like they possessed by the devil or some shit. And you give them that elixir and they'll be okay. And anytime you have that issue, then you can use that recipe. Okay, so sometimes it's not just about lighting a candle. Sometimes you actually got to make a herbal remedy for them. Okay. All right. Don't be scared like that. You get the right protection, you know, because they'll be scared. They'll be like, "Ooh, somebody gonna kill me if and that, you know, people will threaten, like something's gonna happen to you if you." And it's like, you know, you threaten me or my family or the people that I love, and I'm gonna fucking call your bluff out. And if I die, I goddamn die. That's how I am. But I don't have to die. Okay, you don't have to die. But a lot of people are so afraid of death, right? That somebody threaten you, or if an entity gets sent to you and it's like, I'm gonna kill you if you, it's like, you got to think, well, and you know, some of them still won't get it. They'll be 70 or 80 years old, still scared to death. If you a crone, whether or not you a male or a female, what the fuck, and you 70, it's time to end the oppression. What the hell are you scared to death for? You done lived all these years. That's it. Just is kind of weird to me, ain't it? Ain't it strange, y'all? But you know, there is an entire spiritual team that has already been put into place for y'all. Okay, and it's not to say that one person is more special than the other. Okay, it's not to say that, oh, this person is special and da 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 da. No, it just, I think that it's all about, you know, luck of the draw. You know what I'm saying? Either you had the information or not. Mainly what's happening is that your brain is being fed off of your consciousness, your power, you know, and mainly from the goddamn root chakra, because that root chakra is very, very, very important. And that's what gets fed on. And the heart chakra, mainly. A lot of people think it's the sacral chakra, and it is, but the main ones is root, heart, then the sacral. Well, root, heart, solar plexus, sacral, throat. I'm sorry, third eye. Yeah, hold on. Root, heart, third eye, solar plexus, sacral, and then the throat, because you know, trust is nothing to a lot of people these days. You know what I'm saying? Because that's why you see people running around here talking about, I trust no one. You know, so that's one of the last things they give a damn about is trust. But even though trust is very important for your own personal power, trust is very important. Okay. So anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this discussion. I hope that this helps some people. And I gotta go. I just got some good news, and I gotta see what's up with that. Okay. Until I'm doing something right. I'm doing the Lord's work. All right, I will see y'all later. Blessings to y'all. If nobody told you they love you today, High Priestess Jamila loves you. And I will catch y'all later. Blessed be.